Over the past couple of months, two professional Scottish SPFL clubs, Scottish Professional Football League clubs, have gone into administration, those being Inverness Caledonian Thistle and Dumbarton. So is this the start of a domino effect? What happened with these two clubs in particular to lead them into the perils of financial ruin? Well, let's start with the latter. The first of our two clubs which went into administration was Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Inverness are currently in Scottish League One, having been relegated from last season's Scottish Championship. If the name sounds familiar to you, well, it should be. They were a top-flight club managed by England legend Terry Butcher not too long ago, even winning the Scottish Cup in the 2014-15 season, which meant that they entered qualifying for the Europa League before being knocked out by a Romanian club, which I will try and pronounce, Attribution. By 2017, the club had been relegated to the Scottish Championship. This lasted until 2024, when they were relegated again. You won't be surprised to learn that the club is in quite a bit of debt, rumoured to be around £3.5 million, with the club facing relegation to Scottish League 2. They lost their previous manager, Duncan Ferguson, who as a manager has no luck of the clubs he manages. It's not because he's a bad manager, I just feel he picks the wrong clubs to manage, because I like Duncan Ferguson. He once complimented me on a Fiorentina shirt that I wore when he was Forest Green Rovers manager. My ego aside, he had been working for the club for free, given the club's financial problems. The club had its fair share of issues, with its chief executive resigning and racking up losses last year, rumoured to be around over £1 million. Inverness entered administration in October and are yet to have confirmed a new owner. There is some good news, though, for the Cali fans, because the number of parties interested in buying the beleaguered club runs into double figures, apparently. However, they were bottom of the league, having been docked 15 points for going into administration, putting them on 4 points. But the good news for Cali Thistle is that another team went into administration, meaning that they are now bottom instead of Caledonian Thistle. Dumbarton, who went into administration in November of 2024, but this one's slightly different to Inverness, as Dumbarton are reportedly the subject of a Police Scotland investigation into alleged fraud. Now, there isn't too much publicly available into this investigation, but we do know the accounts for the club covering the tax year ending May 2023. The club made a gross profit from a land sale of £1.848 million. It was land sold off to a subsidiary of the then owners of the club. The Scottish Herald, by the way, have been following this story, and I'll link their article below if you want to keep up to date with it. The good news for Inverness fans is that Dumbarton are now bottom of League One with 0 points. That puts Inverness 4 points above Dumbarton in the Scottish League One table at time of recording. But Dumbarton, much like Inverness, it has been reported that there are many interested parties in wanting to buy the League One club. A GoFundMe page for both clubs have been set up, with the Dumbarton GoFundMe aiming for a target of £100,000. It's currently at £88,120. That I will link below, as I will the Inverness GoFundMe page, which is targeting £200,000 overall and currently stands at £87,881. If you can give anything to either club, that would be amazing. Even if it's just like a fiver for both and you've spent a tenner, you've done a good job there. So why is this happening? Well, first of all, like similar issues in French football, Scottish football is not built really on a strong foundation. Most lower league Scottish clubs aren't getting the multi-million pound sponsorship deals, and the biggest ones go to the obvious Celtic and Rangers because they're the names that everyone knows. Much in the same way English lower league clubs rely on local business, and when I say lower league, I specifically mean non-league, really. They keep the money flowing in. The cost of living crisis has meant that those businesses are cutting back on expenditure, meaning less money for the clubs. Another question that I would also ask, can supporters afford to go every week? But the fact is that even if they are, is it enough on its own to bring in significant enough revenue to keep those clubs afloat? The answer, unfortunately, is absolutely not. The majority of club revenue comes through TV deals that the SPFL has, and sponsorship a close second. Football wages have not stagnated with everybody else's. Like you and I, our wages have not increased for a number of years, but the football bubble has continued to inflate, which is a massive problem for clubs all over the world. It has been estimated that a Scottish League One player would have probably earned around £170 a week in the mid-part of the last decade. Now, it's estimated that it's £300 a week, which is kind of non-league money in England. So basically, if you want to be successful in Scottish football, you either need a very wealthy benefactor who will put millions of pounds into a club and expect no return, or simply be called Rangers or Celtic. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up as well, and hit the bell icon to be notified of all our latest videos. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out our website. It's deadair.media/sport for the latest football news. See you next time.